one of my favorite things to do is create these like textural soundscapes. There's a multitude of ways to do it. The SP works really good with this kind of stuff because it really pretty much is just a sampler, a pure sampler, and with effects. And one way to do it is to use Harmony Bloom. So Harmony Bloom works on the desktop as well as the iPad. Unfortunately, it doesn't work on the phone, but you can use AUM and set up some presets that you can trigger when you want them to come on, and then record those in. You could put each one on different pads, and then you would have a little more freedom later to play those presets. But because Harmony Bloom is generating triggering notes at different time points, I find it easier just to play it from the app itself. Now I use the computer for this particular episode, and I use the Rhodes 7 V7, but you can use whatever instrument you want. And then I like to add some type of spatial reverb. Black Hole on is a really good one, or like Valhalla. If you have Valhalla Supermassive, is free, so you can use that. And then it gives you some nice reverb. There's reverbs inside of here too that you could use. I didn't do it that way. There's the Cloud and I think the Reverb SX, which is pretty good. So you got other reverbs you could try to use to make it sound different. For instance, if I was going to use Cloud, let's just go to Cloud. I'm going to do 40, 60. Adjust the window. You might even want to go turn up the volume on this now that you're using this effect. And then you could grab an instrument of some other sort and start building over that by resampling, or in my case, I'm using my bass here. So I'm going to just kind of play around. Kind of like that. So I like to just play freely, more like a free, spacey, like whatever I want to play type thing, and not really hold myself to standards here too much, other than play within the key or whatever I'm doing. And that's the cool thing with Harmony Bloom is you can set the key here. I'm gonna pull this iPad here so you can just see what I'm talking about. You can set what key you're in. As long as you know what key you're in, you just go over and stay in that key, that root scale key that you're in, and you can play. How do I know which key? Well, after I set it and I play it, if I needed to find out, I could use tonality, which I've told you guys about many times. Go to the scale section, and it was A sharp, also known as B flat Dorian, and there's the keys. If I need to know the guitar, I can use this to find out that. Scalar does this too. It has it in the corner, so you can kind of learn. Here's the Dorian one. You can learn where your root notes are, the purple notes, and the rest of the notes are in the scale. So anywhere I play here, and then a bass, this is a guitar, but the bass, the first 4 strings are the bass. So all I got to do is learn those first 4 strings, and those are my notes. bass. Really simple. If it sounds like a lot, don't worry about it. Just think about it for a second. All the notes that have dots are in the scale. So the bass guitar only represents, in this particular case, the first 4 strings here. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So all those notes are on the bass. I can just play those notes however I feel rhythmically, and it works. So that's a quick way to use Harmony Bloom to create some nice atmospheric textural stuff and then build over the back of it, whatever you want to do. You could add chords, I guess, if you wanted to. I don't really want to. I'm just liking how it's free. You could add drums if you wanted to. I may or may not. I don't know yet. But you could go in and start grabbing some drums. In this particular case, I'll probably go with something lo-fi just because. Maybe put something like that in. Grab a snare. Kind of like something like that, but I would have to turn it down because it's really loud. But then go back and grab some hi-hats or something, maybe a shaker. Or you can use my favorite, which is using something out of the iPad, which I should get that for desktop too. Here, let's see. I like something like, to make it easier on me for the rhythm, for the percussion portions, I'll use like a barista. You could add some reverb to it if you wanted to. Here, let's get rid of scalar. I mean, not scalar, tonality. Try to expand it so you can see it a little bit better. And I usually do like percussion, and you just have to find which one you want. Let's see, let's go top shelf percussion. Tambourine, no, I don't want that. I'm gonna actually use the other one. I think it'll be a little bit better. Shaker. Personally, I like both of these. They're incredible. Either way, whatever you choose to do. They have some presets over here. You can do something with strange sounds. Let's see what that. And then if you want to play these, I usually just say use the keyboard. Or make your own. If you want to touch it here, you can go in and do your own little thing. I wish I mentioned this to them, but I wish they would put a random button in here so I don't have to sit there and draw it out. I mean, it's cool that you can, if you want to sit there and draw out your own, but it would be kind of neat to have something that randomly does it. So I'm just going to go back to something like a Latin menu. I'm going to use that one. So in order for me to get it in, I have to either plug in something and record it into. Right now, currently, though, I'm plugged into the computer. As soon as I unplug it, it's going to stop this track. So I'm going to stop it manually, and we'll do it right here. I don't mind. It'll unplug for a second. Now, you could record through the inputs there. Personally, I don't like or feel like doing all that extra, to be honest with you. So I just use this, and I'm fine with it. It's going to turn off, and then it'll be back on. So now we have this again, and we just find, if you can see the iPad over here, press this button, and we're just going to record in a loop. So I'm going to go record, pick this pad. We're going to leave the BPM at 67, but I'm going to record in, let's do a 4-bar. All we have to do is hold it down. So now turn off gate, put on loop. Just to check to see if it worked. You hit the roll. There it is. It's a good look. I mean, the way they've updated this is 4.07. My goodness, the looping in here is insanely easy. They just made it easy for you. So SP404 now is just so easy to use. So now you can do that, but I'm going to go in before I do that and go to this one and turn the volume down. And I kind of want to run it through a different preset. So I'm going to exit out, stop it, hit remain. I want these to be on separate. So this is without the bus effect. Well, there's no bus effect on it now, but I want to put this on bus effect 2. So you see how I did that? I switched from bus effect 1 to 2 and hit remain in the pad, and it'll switch to the green. This yellow, or however you want to term it, is bus effect 1. This is bus effect 2. And now if I go into this settings and I go in here, I can hit, I think it's click in, and I can have them on separate instead of play. And they'll all go to 3/4, but they won't play in directly. I wish one day they would give us at least 4 bus effects. That would be pretty cool. So you can have at least one effect on each thing differently, but whatever. That's not what it is right now. So now I can go in here and set the bus effect. So in this one, I might want, I want the cloud. I already know. I'm going to change the pitch back to 0. Set the window maybe 24. So it's adding like the cloud refill. And then this one, I'm going to go into and change on this percussion. I'm going to try this delay. So now I'm going to start them at the same time. I want these off. I want them to be on white. Take the gate off, turn the volume down. Getting out of hand. So I'm gonna take that delay off of there actually, because bus is driving me crazy a little bit. It's a little too much, but you get the point. You can put something on it if you want. You can put whatever you want on it, to be honest with you. What does tremolo do on it? No, I don't want tremolo. What should we put on this thing? Maybe we don't want nothing on that shaker. Let's just take it off. Exit out. There's my dog telling me something's going. So what you can do too is you can resample this together and play it together if you want. Or you could use the looper if you want, I guess, too. Maybe you want to use the looper, set this to 4 bars. To build a pattern. So I'm gonna hit play stop there. And I think if you do resample, it does the overdub. Hit stop. Record acts as the stop too, by the way. Play, it's like record, stop. And then this is your overdub is resample. Hit copy, and we're gonna copy it to this track. So now we have this here. I'm gonna exit out of the looper, take remain and turn this off because I don't want any effect on those drums. Already. I'm gonna set the loop. Like that. I'm grabbing my bass if you hear the noise in the back. On there must be something going on this effect. Input. Why is it mix? So the reverb, I feel like it's on input reverb. It says bypassed, but why is scatter on? Turn the scatter off. Turn off that effect. It's passing it through input number 1, maybe that's why. So that's something I gotta figure out because it shouldn't. Input effects. If it passes it through input number 1, it should. You would think it's not. So if that's the case, if it's gonna use the same input, I didn't know if it does or not, but if it's using the same input, so I'm going to turn this effect off here. Yes, for some reason, Anyway, you get the drift. I can sit here and play endlessly. So performance-wise, I think it's so much fun to play with this with the SP. But you're gonna want to record something in to it to really get jamming on it, because that's kind of what it is. It's more of a performance tool, and and of course you can produce on it and do different things, make beats and all that. But when you use it in the way that it's supposed to be used, I mean, it's a lot of fun, and occasionally explore outside of the box too, so you can try new things. But yeah, that's all I got for you on this video. Just kind of wanted to jam a little bit and show you my little method to this madness of using the SP. So many ways and options and things out there, I think, to explore. And that's it. I'm out.